Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So, up till now, what we have done in the last class is we have taken the Fourier transform and solved some problems with respect to that. So, we are applying Fourier transform for non-periodic signal only, and particularly we are concentrating on continuous time Fourier transform. Okay, so what is the formula for Fourier transform of x of t? Fourier transform of x of t is equal to x of j omega, which is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. So this is the equation for Fourier transform. So what is the equation for inverse Fourier transform? So the equation for inverse Fourier transform x of j omega, which is equal to x of t, is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x of j omega e power plus j omega t dt. So using this equation, you can get the time domain signal from the frequency domain signal. Okay. So these two equations, we have to keep it in mind while solving this CTFT problems. Okay. Apart from that, you have to have some logic also, like properties, then partial fractions and so on. So let us see what kind of problems we will see for today and all. Okay. So these are the two things which we have seen. So in this class, we will particularly, concentrate on inverse Fourier transform. So given them Fourier transform of the signal, we have to find the time domain signal for the corresponding Fourier transform. Okay. So we will solve some problems with respect to that. And with respect to properties, we will solve. Okay. So first I have explained what are the different types of properties like differentiation, convolution, those kind of things. What happens in the frequency domain and what happens in the time domain. Using that properties, we will solve. Okay. So first one, what is the question here? So the question here asked is find the time domain signal. So what we have to get? We have to get x of t given x of j omega. So what is the question given? X of j omega is equal to phi j omega plus 2 divided by j omega the whole square plus phi j omega plus 6. So what is the first thing you have to do is, so they have asked you to get the time domain signal. So if it is in the form of fraction, so it has j omega in it. So how do you have to solve it? Is put j omega is equal to s. So using that technique, we will solve. Okay. So what we will get here? Phi s plus 2 divided by s square plus phi s plus 6. In textbooks, they'll give you as j omega is equal to t. Any variable you can take and do. Since t is a little bit confusing for you, so I have taken as s here. Okay. So phi s plus 2 divided by s square plus phi s plus 6. So now we have to solve in terms of partial fractions. So how can we solve this one? A divided by, so 6 is there. So 3 2s are 6 and 3 plus 2 is 5. So it is s plus 2 plus b divided by s plus 3. So I have simplified in terms of partial fraction. Then what we have to find? We have to find the value of a and b. So how can you solve this partial fraction? Phi s plus 2 is equal to a into s plus 3 plus b into s plus 2. Because here denominator, this one is s plus 3 into s plus 2. Multiply here. Okay. So s plus 2 and s plus 2 cancel. It will be s plus 3. And s plus 2 and s plus 3 cancels here. It will be s plus 2. So your partial fraction will be equal to phi s plus 2 is equal to a into s plus 3 plus b into s plus 2. So how do we get the value of a and b? To get the value of a, put s is equal to minus 2. Why do I put s is equal to minus 2? So that this term becomes equal to 0. So 5 into minus 2 plus 2 is equal to a into minus 2 plus 3. So 5 2s are 10, minus 2 plus 2 a into 1. So your answer of a is equal to minus 8. Similarly, you can get the value of b. How do you get the value of b? Put s is equal to minus 3, because this a will become 0. Okay, so put s is equal to minus 3 in this equation. 5 into minus 3 plus 2 is equal to a into minus 3 plus 3 is 0. So I'll not write that. B into minus 3 plus 2. So minus 15 plus 2 is equal to b into minus 1. So b is equal to plus 13. So we have got the a value also. We have got the b value. We will substitute here. So it will be equal to minus a divided by s plus 2 and 13 divided by s plus 3. So you must be wondering, why did I did in terms of partial fraction? So I will explain you. Okay, so let me take this partial fraction to the next page. Okay, okay, okay. So now, why did I express it in terms of partial fraction? You might be wondering. Okay, so now you have studied. I have also derived this one. Derived in the sense, in terms of problems, I have solved this one. Fourier transform of e power minus at into t. What is the Fourier transform of e power minus at into t? I told you to remember 1 divided by a plus j omega. So now you can express this in terms of a plus j omega and get the Fourier transform easily. So how can I write that? So now see, we have 5s plus 2 divided by s square plus 5s plus 6 is equal to minus 8. Now again I will replace s by j omega so that it will not confuse you. 2 plus j omega plus 13 divided by 3 plus j omega. Again I did the reverse thing. S is equal to j omega I have put here. Okay, so now observe this one. 1 divided by a plus j omega. So this is also in that form. 1 divided by a plus j omega. So this is also in the form of 1 divided by a plus j omega. So what is the inverse Fourier transform? E power minus 8 into t. So minus 8 I'll write outside. E power minus a. A is 2 here because you compare this one. Minus 8t into t plus, sorry, so this should be u of t. Okay, so there is a small problem. So e power minus 8t u of t Fourier transform is 1 by a plus j omega. So minus 8 e power minus 2t into u of t plus 13 into e power minus 3t u of t. So this is your corresponding time domain signal. Okay, so what I have done, I have used the Fourier transform equation. So we have e power minus et u of t is equal to 1 divided by a plus j omega. What is the inverse of 1 by a plus j omega? E power minus at u of t. So I have expressed in terms of a plus j omega so that I'll get this e power minus at u of t, and I have got my answer. So let us see step by step once again. So what are the steps we have followed here? So given this term, first thing what we have to do, we have to express in terms of j omega is equal to some variable s. Then express in terms of partial fraction. Then after expressing in terms of partial fraction, get the values of a and b. Then use the technique which one I have already solved. Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is equal to 1 divided by a plus j omega. Then inverse of this is e power minus at u of t. Express in terms of that one and get your corresponding time domain signal. Okay, so using the same technique we will solve another problem. Okay, so what is the problem here? X of j omega is equal to 2j omega plus 3 divided by j omega the whole square plus 3j omega plus 2. So first what we have to do, same procedure. Okay, so this is like similar sum. Put j omega is equal to s. So what we will get, 2s plus 3 divided by s square plus 3s plus 2. So now how can we simplify this in terms of partial fraction? A divided by s plus 2 plus b divided by s plus 1. How did I do that? 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then how can I write this one? So 2s plus 3 divided by s plus 2 into s plus 1 is equal to a divided by s plus 2 plus b divided by s plus 1. So let me take this equation to the right hand side. So 2s plus 3 is equal to a into s plus 1 plus b into s plus 2. Okay, so now in order to get the value of a and b, let us substitute the value of s. So put s is equal to minus 2, so that b term will be equal to 0 and we will get the value of a. So 2 into minus 2 plus 3 is equal to a into minus 2 plus 1. So this one can be simplified as minus 4 plus 3, which is equal to minus 1, a into minus 1. Therefore a is equal to 1. Okay, so this is our equation 1. We have got the value of a as 1. So in order to get the value of b, we have to put s is equal to minus 1 in this equation. So put s is equal to minus 1. 2 into minus 1 plus 3 is equal to a into minus 1 plus 1 is 0 plus b into minus 1 plus 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1 and b into 1. So b value is 1. So we have got the value of a and b as 1 and 1. Then substitute here. 1 divided by s plus 2 plus 1 divided by s plus 1. So I'll go to next page. So what we have got, 1 divided by s plus 1 and 1 divided by s plus 2. Now again put s is equal to j omega. So 1 plus j omega plus 1 by 2 plus j omega. Now what I have to do? Again use the Fourier transform of what is, you have to use that technique. So Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t. If you take this Fourier transform, you will get 1 divided by a plus j omega. So using this one, we can get the time domain signal of this one. So this is nothing your frequency domain signal. So take IFFT. So how can we express this one? 1 e power minus 1t into u of t plus 1 e power minus 2t u of t. So this is similar problem as I have solved before. So this is quite easy. Okay, so let me move on to some difficulty level, one increased. Okay, so again this is simple, but you have learned the partial fraction, how to solve it in your PUC. Same thing we are applying here. Okay, just the name changes here. Okay, so now what is the question here? X of j omega is equal to 2 into j omega plus 1 divided by j omega plus 2 the whole square. So this term, so how can we express when it is in the form of denominator will be in the form of whole square? So we will see that. Okay, put j omega is equal to s. So what we will get, 2s plus 1 divided by s plus 2 the whole square. So how can we simplify this one in terms of partial fraction? So here is the catch. A divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus b divided by s plus 2. Okay. So go back to your PUC textbook and refer that. Okay. When the denominator in terms of whole square, what you have to do. Okay. So a divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus b divided by s plus 2. So how can we solve this one? Again, 2s plus 1 is equal to a into 1 plus b into s plus 2. What I have done, I have just shifted this one to the right side. Okay. So now we have to get the value of a and b. So in order to get the value of a and b, what we have to do? Put s is equal to minus 2 and get the answer. Let us put s is equal to minus 2 in our equation number 1. So what we will get? 2 into minus 2 plus 1 is equal to a into 1 plus b into minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So it is minus 4 plus 1 is equal to a. So a is equal to minus 3. So we have got the value of a. So in order to get the value of b, what should we do? Put s is equal to 0 in equation 1. So let us put s is equal to 0 in equation 1. So what we will get? So 2 into 0 plus 1 is equal to a into 1 plus b into 0 plus 2 is 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So a plus 2b. So what is the value of a? Minus 3. 3 plus 2b. So your value of b will be equal to 4 by 2. So this, I think it's 2 into 0. Sorry, here I have made a mistake. So 2 into 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. So b is equal to, you will get the value as 2. Sorry for that one. Okay. So a value as minus 3 you have got and b value you have got as 2. So let us substitute in this partial fraction. So minus 3 divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus 2 divided by s plus 2. So this is our partial fraction. So from this partial fraction, we have to get our Fourier transform or the inverse Fourier transform or the time domain signal. So how do we get that? So we will take that to next sheet so that we can solve there. Okay. So let me take to new page. Okay. So now we have here. So now you see the catch here. So why do I solve different kinds of problem is, so you can get a feel of that. So here you see 1, here it is 2. So but we have seen only one formula, right? So you have seen this e power minus at u of t. Fourier transform is 1 divided by a plus j omega. So you can express this one in terms of a plus j omega. So what can you do for this one? So if you go back and see, I have derived for another one t e power minus at u of t. Fourier transform is 1 divided by a plus j omega the whole square. Okay. So these two you have to remember. So to solve this kind of problems. So now we can express this in terms of 1 by a plus j omega the whole square. This one in terms of 1 by a plus j omega and get our inverse Fourier transform easily. Okay. So see what I will do step by step. So how can we express this one? Minus 3 divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square plus 2 divided by 2 plus j omega. So how can I write this one? Minus 3 t e power minus 2t u of t plus 2 into e power minus 2t u of t. So this small catch you have to see. Okay. So this two Fourier transform, you have to always, I will tell. So the basic Fourier transform, like Fourier transform of 1, del of t, u of t, these things you have e power minus at, u of t, t e power minus a of t. So when you solve the sums, right side, you have to write it like a, tables. How do you write the tables? So you have to memorize those things, okay, so that you can apply directly instead of, again deriving this one. So again, you can't derive on, you can't keep on deriving. So some of the things you have to, like tables, you have to keep in mind. And these are the common interview questions also when you attend some interview. What is the Fourier transform of u of t, or what is the Fourier transform of delta function? What is the Fourier transform of step function? So these are the questions which they might ask you in further interview questions also when you apply for machine learning or deep learning projects. So what I ask you is, like, some of the basic things you should know properly. So I'm explaining you slowly, okay? So yeah, so now we have solved some problems with respect to IFFT. So let me go to other sets of problems. So here they have mentioned correctly. First, what is the main thing? What I ask you every time is understand the question. So if you understand the question, most of the things get simplified. So what's the question here? Find them inverse Fourier transform using them properties. So here we can't substitute like the previous one, j omega is equal to s and solve, because he has particularly asked find them inverse Fourier transform using properties. Okay, so then we have to use the properties and then we have to solve this one. So if you go back to CTFT, when I began the class, so I have taken the Fourier transform of x of t and I have explained you the formula. IFFT also I have explained the formula. Then after that I have written the properties. I have not derived it. So derivation is also important, but I have explained you on the surface level. So those things you have to keep in mind, and you have to apply those properties for this kind of problems. So let us see how can we apply the properties for this kind of problems and solve step by step. So this is a new problem for you, so bear with me and let's go in by step. So what's the question here? X of j omega is equal to j omega divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. Remember, when they ask the property, you can't substitute j omega is equal to s and keep on solving. Okay, so we have to use the properties. So what I will do is, first I will get what is the IFFT of this 1 by 2 plus j omega the whole square. Then for that I will multiply j omega and get my time domain signal. Okay, so this first I will do, then I will take this second, and then I will solve. See how I will solve the problem. Okay, so I know you may not remember the properties, so I'll write the properties also for you. Okay, so first property which I'm using, so first we can't say it as property, this one. So we know that t e power minus at Fourier transform is 1 divided by a plus j omega the whole square. Just now I have done. So you can see here 2 plus j omega the whole square. So I can get my time domain signal easily. So 1 divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. What is my corresponding time domain signal? T e power. So here it should be u of t, sorry. T e power minus 2t u of t. Okay. Always, you have to write the formulas properly. So what we have? Fourier transform of t e power minus at u of t is equal to 1 by a plus j omega the whole square. Inverse Fourier transform of this one will get the time domain signal. So now what we want? We want j omega. So if I multiply j omega, what happens in the corresponding time domain signal? For that, which property you can use? So I will use this differentiation property. So using differentiation property, so we have something called as differentiation property. I know you do not remember that, so I'm writing again. differentiation if you take in time domain, the corresponding thing in the Fourier domain, you have to multiply by j omega into x of j omega. Okay, so you go back and see the properties. In differentiation property, I have said that if you take the differentiation in time domain, then correspondingly in the frequency domain, you have to multiply by j omega. Okay, so now what I have told you, we have got 1 by 2 plus j omega square. We have got the corresponding, time domain signal. But in the question, they have asked j omega divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So what I will do here, right hand side, what I will do, I will multiply j omega. J omega divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So right hand side term you have got. So if you multiply j by j omega, what happens? You have to take them differentiation of this time domain signal. So your time domain signal is differentiation of t e power minus 2t u of t. Okay, so that is your answer. So let us do the differentiation. So let us simplify things. So your corresponding time domain signal is x of t, which is equal to differentiation of t e power minus 2t u of t. So this is like differentiation of u into v, u into differentiation of v plus v into differentiation of u. Okay, whole multiplied by u of t. So if you simplify this one, you'll get 1 minus 2t e power minus 2t u of t. So this is your corresponding time domain signal. So what are the steps which I have followed to solve the problem? So first we have our corresponding frequency domain signal. So x of j omega is equal to j omega by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So the question is, find the time domain signal or the inverse Fourier transform using properties. So you can't use the partial fraction method here. So step by step I have done. So first I have solved for 1 by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So using this, t e power minus a t u of t Fourier transform is 1 by 2 a plus j omega the whole square. So I'll get the corresponding time domain signal. Then what I have here, j omega divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So I have multiplied j omega divided by 2 plus j omega the whole square. So what is that? If you multiply in frequency domain j omega, that will be differentiation in your time domain. So differentiation of this left hand side term. So that is nothing your time domain signal. Okay, so all these things you have to write it once. Okay, so once if you write it, I know, just like a movie, Netflix or Amazon, you watch and you feel good, but signals and system is not like that. You have to write it and practice it. Always I'll keep on stretching that. Make a separate notebook for the signals and system. Have a red ink, have a blue ink. Questions you write in red ink and answers you write in blue ink. So why do I use different colors here? That so that you can get a gist easily. So you can understand easily. So when you put in the paper also the same way, you will also understand the things. Okay, I know online thing is difficult for you people also. It's like playing PUBG and sending you to military. That's not good. But yeah, whatever circumstances is there, we have to adjust with that. Okay, so having said that, let me go to the next problem. So what's the problem here? Again, you have to find them Fourier transform of the signal using properties. It's homework problem, but I'll solve. Okay, so x of t is equal to sine pi t e power minus 2t u of t. So what is the first thing you have to do? Whenever sine thing comes, you have to express in terms of e power j theta. What is sine theta? You can express as e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. So using that one, first we will simplify this one and get our okay. So here they have given the time domain signal. So you have to find them Fourier transform using only properties. Okay, you can't use that formula. You have to use properties to find them Fourier transform. So the first thing, whenever they have given this sine thing, you have to express in terms of e power thing. So e power j pi t minus e power minus j pi t divided by 2j into e power minus 2t into u of t. Okay, then how can we solve this one? So we will multiply this one. So e power j pi t into e power minus 2t u of t divided by 2j minus e power minus j pi t into e power minus 2t u of t by 2j. So I have just written in a simplified manner so that you can understand. Okay, so again what we have to do, first we will encounter each one step by step. So here they have given the time domain signal, so we have to find the corresponding Fourier transform of the signal using only properties. Okay, so first thing what you have to do, read the question, understand the question. So now first what I will do is I'll get them time domain signal, so sorry, frequency domain signal for this part, because we know that Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is equal to 1 by a plus j omega. So I can get this one. Then I will multiply this one and use some property and get my remaining answer. So let us go step by step. So we know that Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is nothing but 1 by a plus j omega. So this is your Fourier transform. So now what we have, first I will take this one. So first I will take this one, then I will take this one second, and third I will multiply this one by 2j. So first let us go step by step. So let us take e power minus 2t u of t. So what is the Fourier transform of e power minus 2t u of t? 1 by a plus j omega. So now I have got the Fourier transform of this one. Then what I have to do? I have to multiply by e power j omega t. So if I multiply e power j omega t, what type of property I can use? So there is something called as frequency shifting property. So let me take this to next page. Okay. So yeah, I want this whole thing actually. Okay, let me write it in a new page only then. Add to new page. Okay. Okay. So right side I will write what we want: e power minus 2t e power j pi into t into u of t divided by 2j. So now we have finished this e power minus 2t u of t, we have finished. Then what I told you, we have to multiply e power j pi t and divide by 2j. So in order to multiply by e power j pi t, I have to use some property. So what is the property I'm using? I'm using frequency shifting property. So frequency shifting property. So what does this frequency shifting property says that? So if you go back, e power j beta t xt, it is nothing but, so here is your time domain signal x of t. So e power j beta t is your this term. Okay, so e power j beta t is your this term. So if I multiply in time domain, what happens in the frequency domain is you have to multiply x of j into omega minus beta. So omega should be replaced by omega minus pi here. Okay, so what you have, so let me write first x of t. So x of t is e power minus 2t u of t. So you know the Fourier transform, which is 1 by 2 plus j into omega. So I'll not write omega because omega should be replaced by omega minus beta. So what is our e power j beta t? E power j pi into t. So we have to replace here omega by omega minus pi. So now we have got this second term. So up till numerator we have finished. What we want? Denominator as 2j. So applying linearity property, you can divide by 2j on both the sides. So using linearity property, multiply by 1 by 2j on both sides. Okay. So let me use this color. So 1 by 2j e power j pi t into e power minus 2t u of t. This Fourier transform is equal to 1 divided by 2j divided by 2 plus j into omega minus pi. So this is your corresponding frequency domain signal. But is the answer over? No. Why? If you go back to the question, I have solved only this term. So similarly, you can get them frequency domain for this term also by replacing pi by minus pi. Okay. So we have got the frequency domain signal of this term. Similarly, you can write. Okay. So this is your left hand side term. So similarly, I'll write here. Similarly, for 1 by 2j e power j pi t, so here it is minus pi t, into e power minus 2t u of t, Fourier transform is 1 divided by 2j divided by 2 plus j into omega plus pi. So just you have to replace minus pi by plus pi. So what is your final answer? We have to minus this 1 minus 2. Okay. So what's your final answer? 1 minute. Let me write it here. So your final answer will be 1 by 2j into 1 by 2 plus j omega minus pi plus 1, sorry, it's minus 1 by 2 plus j omega into plus pi. Okay. So it might be a little confusing because I have skipped from because it was the previous page. So write it once so that you can get it. Okay. So let me again brush up the things what I have done. So what is the question given here? They have given you x of t. So we have to find the frequency domain signal or the Fourier transform of the signal using the property. So the first thing what I have done is express sign in terms of e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j. Then multiply by e power minus 2t u of t. So then I have simplified this one. So first I have taken this one. So if I get the frequency domain of this signal, it's the same as this signal. Only difference is there it is plus pi, here it is minus pi. So I can replace that one. Okay. So step by step I went. So first I have found the frequency transform or the Fourier transform of e power minus 2t u of t. Then I have multiplied e power minus j pi t. Then I have divided by 2j. So step by step I went. So the first one, e power minus 8t u of t Fourier transform is 1 by a plus j omega. So similarly, e power minus 2t u of t Fourier transform is 1 by 2 plus j omega. Then what I have done, in order to multiply, so you have to multiply e power j pi t, right? So I have used frequency shifting property. So what is the frequency shifting property? E power j beta t x of t Fourier transform is x of j into omega minus beta. So if you multiply e power j pi t for your time domain signal e power minus 2t of t, you have to replace omega by omega minus pi. Then divide by 2j. So we have got this left hand side terms. So what is this? Is this term. So this Fourier transform we have got. In order to get this, again, whatever the Fourier transform is for this, replace by minus pi. So I have written here. So the Fourier transform of this second term is here. Then 1 minus 2 we have to get. So I have minus it and get our final answer. So this is your final answer. So now you got some brief idea how to solve this one. So let me solve another problem for today, and let me wrap up the things now. So what's the question asked here? Using convolution theorem, find the inverse discrete Fourier transform. Okay, so nothing, x of j omega they have asked, you have to find this x of t. So how do you go about this problem? So this x of j omega, I can write it as 1 by a plus j omega into 1 by a plus j omega. Okay, so now what property can you use? Okay, using property you have to solve this one. So I will use the convolution property. So using convolution property you can solve this. So what is the convolution property? Convolution property states that x1 of t convolution x2 of t will give us integral. So convolution in time domain is nothing but multiplication in your frequency domain. So it is x of j omega into x1 of j omega into x2 of j omega. So this is x1 of j omega and this is x2 of j omega. Then what is the corresponding frequency domain signal? So that we will solve in the next class. Okay, so try this one as a homework, or I'll try this one in your home. I'll solve this in next class, but give a try using properties you solve. Okay, I'll just give a hint for you. You can express this one as what we call e power minus at u of t, and this one as again e power minus at u of t. Then take the convolution of these two time domain signal. You will end up in the answer as t e power minus at. Try solving this problem. In the next class again I will also solve this one. Okay, so this is the try this one. It's like after you solve this one, it should be easy for you. Okay, so what are the things we have seen here? First, we have solved some problems with respect to Fourier transform. Using partial fraction, we have got the time domain signal. Just put j omega is equal to t, express in terms of partial fraction, and we know Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is 1 by a plus j omega. We'll get directly our time domain signal. Then another problem I have solved using that. Then slight variation I have given after that another problem, which is in the denominator I raised to the power of 2. So we can express in terms of partial fraction, and again the same thing, but slight variation because here square is there, right? So e power minus at u of t is 1 by a plus j omega, but if it is square is there, t e power minus at u of t. So that's a minor change which you have to notice. Then after that, what I have done, I have solved problems using only properties. So you can't substitute as j omega is equal to s and solve like in previous problem. So you have this x of j omega. Then using properties like differentiation property, frequency shifting, any property you can use and get the answer here. So I have used these properties here. And then another problem like sine pi t power minus 2 t u of t I have taken. So step by step I went and have got the answer. So when they have asked the property, you have to use property only. And this is the try problem for you. Anyhow I will solve this in next class, but try this. Okay, so using convolution theorem,